feel finally matches the reality of what I see.
This is my becoming, and it's yours.
Wow.
Why did you kill her?
What happened to Abigail had to happen. There was no other way.
We're back to Hannibal episode 10. Last time we left off, Will delivered the express delivery package on Hannibal's table and called them even. You sent someone to kill me, I sent someone to kill you. Let's see how this continues and how this season wraps up. Thank you all for watching. Oh, are we getting a replay? We're getting a replay to see how Will really did it. I like it a lot. Will, they must have forgot you was a hunter. They must have forgot. The dogs. God. Dear man. So creepy. Oh, with your bare hands? Look at him smiling. That's crazy. He was envisioning Hannibal while he was doing it. So good. I bet Hannibal is proud of him.
I'd say this makes us even. I sent someone to kill you. You sent someone to kill me.
Even Steven.
Even Steven.
Consider it an act of reciprocity.
Polite society normally places such a taboo on taking life.
Without death, we'd be at a loss. It's the prospect of death that drives us to greatness. Did you kill him with your hands?
Yep.
It was intimate.
It deserves intimacy.
This guy.
You were Randall Cheer's final enemy.
It's crazy because sometimes you don't expect the scenes to play in the way they end up playing, you know? It's almost like sometimes you would normally expect a little more animosity, but then it makes so much sense why they're very intimate. Will being a good fisherman and also maybe losing it at the same time, maybe. And Hannibal, well, he's just always intimate, you know? Like, look at him treating Will like there's someone who just tried to kill you.
Don't go inside, Will. You'll want to retreat. You'll want it. As the glint of the rail tempts us when we hear the approaching train. Stay with me.
Where else would I go?
You have everywhere to go. You should be quite pleased. I am.
I was just about to say, of course you are pleased.
When you killed Randall, did you fantasize you were killing me?
Yes.
Most of what we do, most of what we believe is motivated by death.
I've never felt as alive as I did when I was killing him.
Then you owe Randall Cheer a debt. How will you repay him?
He was just there on that table. How deep is Will willing to go? Jesus. You know something crazy about that scene? Right after I said before I said how deep is Will in the back of my mind I'm thinking, so Will is obviously trying to get into Hannibal's heart, right? But in my head the question I was asking myself is, how much is Will willing to do? Like, if Hannibal asked him to wine and dine with him and freaking eat meat, like, it's Will willing to do that as part of his bait? And now this next scene of us seeing Randall's body displayed as an animal, in my head I'm like, did Will go that far just to get into Hannibal's good graces? At least he's aware of it because the body was there. Wild.
Killer chose not to dispose of the body.
Jarring reminder of the informality of death.
Randall Tier was denied the respectful end that he himself denied others.
This is a humiliation, final indignity.
He isn't mocking him. This isn't disdain. Commemorating him.
This killer has no fear for the consequences of what he's done.
No guilt.
Jack is like, what the y'all saying? So was Will a part of that? I mean, Will did kill him, but did Will dice him up?
Hello again.
That is Randall, right?
Come closer. I want to see you.
What the actual?
You forced me to kill you.
I didn't force you to enjoy it. You made me a monument.
You're welcome.
The monument is not to me, it's to you.
I gave you what you want. This is who you are.
Will?
What you feel finally matches the reality of what I see.
This is my becoming, and it's yours.
Wow.
This is my design. You knew his killer.
Wow. This is my design. It's so chilling hearing that. We've been hearing it for 2 seasons now, almost 2 full seasons. And anytime Will says that, he's putting himself in the mind of the actual killer. But now he's saying that of himself. This is my design. Oof. That is chilling.
There's a familiarity here. Someone who met him, understood him, someone like him, different pathology, same instinct.
His killer empathized with him?
Don't mistake understanding for empathy, Jack. No, if there's anything, it's envy.
Envy?
Randall Tier came into his own much easier than whoever killed him.
This is a fledgling killer.
Fledgling.
Not like this.
Okay, let's start.
This is the nightmare that followed him out of his dreams.
Wow. And Hannibal must be so proud. So proud. Uh-oh.
I've upped the ante on my publishing deal. There's been movie interest. Hollywood is a fine place for the obnoxious and wealthy.
Indeed.
You're not wealthy, Freddie.
Oh, I will be. Oh, I am a pariah among journalists because I took a different faith, but I am putting that faith in you. Let's talk about the Chesapeake Ripper. Frederick Chilton. Who knew?
Who knew?
No one did. No one would. Not even you. You were so certain the Chesapeake Ripper was Hannibal Lector, you tried to kill him.
No, you neglected to say allegedly.
Hannibal Lector is your psychiatrist again. What's up with that?
I was wrong about him. That's what's up with that.
Maybe you were. Maybe you weren't.
Freddie.
Dr. Chilton was the Chesapeake Ripper.
The Chesapeake Ripper had surgical skills Dr. Chilton did not.
They had the same profile.
Dr. Chilton was a woeful surgeon, dangerous even. I've been chatting with some of his old medical school chums. They say he fled to psychiatry to avoid embarrassment.
Wow. You're onto something, Freddie.
My story with the Chesapeake Ripper already has an ending, Freddie.
Mine doesn't. Do you really think Dr. Chilton killed Abigail Hobbs? I don't. Even if I let this story go, I will never let that go.
Trust me, Freddie. Neither will I.
This is so weird. The idea that Freddie, of all people, might potentially be Will Graham's anchor is stupid to me. Because the reason not stupid as in bad, it's mind-blowing to me because, like, Freddie of all people, and obviously in my head, I'm trying to think of how I should even view Will at this point. Because, like, not only did he kill someone, he also displayed them. Like, again, goes back to the whole saying of, like, you have to become a monster to get rid of the monster, right? But at the same time, I don't know if Will has enough faculty to bring himself back. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when Freddie mentioned Abigail is a sore spot in Will's heart. Obviously Beverly as well, but Abigail because of his relationship with her. So it's just giving me that vibe that Abigail is like Freddie is gonna be like his anchor for him not to like remember what you're here for. Don't get lost in the sauce trying to defeat Hannibal. At least that's how I'm seeing it for now.
You know you will have to kill him, Margot. You've known it for years.
This guy.
I may have missed my opportunity.
Do you know why you failed to murder him, Margot?
Oh?
Poor planning.
You failed to murder your brother because you still love him. In love, you take leave of your senses, but in hatred, you must be present to calculate your actions.
What a coach.
Allow yourself to hate him. Do you think Mason will just give you what you want? You'll be begging him for the rest of your life. Did begging help when he tore you? Same thing as taking his chocolate and letting him have his way.
I'm lucky I didn't kill him. Papa's will was very clear. Upon the passing of his beloved son Mason, in the absence of a legitimate male heir,
Wow.
the sole beneficiary shall be the Southern Baptist Convention.
Even in death, Mason would take everything from you.
For real.
One of the most powerful forces that shapes us as human beings is the desire to leave a legacy. What legacy would you leave behind?
I don't get a legacy.
Unless you make one.
Yeah, he is moved from just suggesting to like actually like asking her to implement things. I will never see a horse the same after last episode, last couple of episodes. I knew they were big, but to contain a whole human.
Have a good ride.
When are we gonna see his face?
What do you want?
What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? I want to share something. This is Pavlov. Say hello, Pavlov. Say hello. Margot, say hello to Pavlov.
Hi, Freddie.
After Papa died, I had a Christmas epiphany. I've seen exotic pigs from all over the world. What would happen if I brought together the best of all that I had seen?
Okay.
You built a maze.
I feel like Stradivarius.
What is he trying to do?
Our father was a pioneer in livestock production. I think he'd be proud of my efforts.
Okay.
A pig is not like other animals. There is a spark of intelligence, a terrible practicality in pigs.
Well, you do have an unparalleled understanding of piggishness.
Your mouth gets rough when you're scared, Margot. Tough as a livery pony who is resentful of the bit. The structure is designed to excite and antagonize the pigs. It's taken a while to find the perfect mix. Any pig will eat a dead man. But to get him to eat a live one, some education is required.
What the hell?
Carlo is experienced in this field. He actually fed a man to pigs in Tuscany 20 years ago.
That's one of my suits.
I'll buy you a new one.
Wow. Her suits.
Stuff the clothes with meat, scent it with human smells, and play the screams every time they are fed. Come the real thing, we won't need the recording.
Is that her voice? And her perfume?
It's not just about making Papa proud. It's about us. It's about family.
You're sick.
I want you to be proud of me too, Margot. You're all I have. I'm all you have.
What kind of power play is this?
And this little piggy went all the way home.
Yeah, she's gonna kill him.
Sounds like I'm killing it.
You are killing it. Don't kill it. Theremin is an instrument that can create exquisite music without ever needing to be touched. But it requires the rare gift of perfect pitch to play properly.
Wow. Oh?
Come to replenish your stores.
Interesting. Students.
Feel it here.
Oh.
It's like composing in thin air.
Thin air is a musician's canvas.
What happened to your window?
A stag got lost in the storm, came through there. Got a few scratches getting him out.
Are you scarred?
Probably more than I know.
More ways than one.
I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Hello.
I don't have the right parts for your proclivities, Margot.
Hello?
It's a very psychological instrument.
Yes, we work with people the same way. Never touching, but guiding them from dissonance toward composition.
But people are not instruments. Whatever it is you're playing, Hannibal,
Tell that to him.
you have have to listen very carefully to what you're creating.
I'm listening. I'm listening to you. You and I went so long in our friendship without ever touching. Yet I always felt attuned to you.
Who did this to you?
Her brother.
My brother, who shot you.
A friend.
It's so interesting how Hannibal is telling Alana about controlling people like instruments. That's his MO. Very sensual episode. Damn. Yeah, boy. That's all he sees. Alana. Wild transitions. That's crazy. Is Alana seen Will as well? Creepy ass. Jeez. That's funny. Not much analysis to be done there.
I've always admired teachers molding.
No one likes a know-it-all, Freddie.
Hannibal Lector taught you when you were an impressionable young mind. Were you sleeping with Hannibal Lector when you were a student, or is that a recent development? Oh, you are sleeping with him. I was just guessing. Figured you had to be sleeping with one of them. Maybe that's why you can't see it.
See what?
Will Graham was right about Hannibal Lector. And I was right about Will Graham.
I'm not having this or any other conversation with you, Freddie.
Hannibal Lector had 4 patients die while under his care. 3 former patients die after his care. And then there's Will Graham. All that fuss about Dr. Lector. Will even tried to kill him. And now they're back in therapy together, and another former patient is dead.
Will understands that Hannibal Lector can help him.
Maybe what Will understands is if you can't beat Hannibal Lector, join him.
Freddie is on it, except that last part. Well, if you can't beat him, join him, or at least pretend to join him. It's like, Alana, come on. Come on. And honestly, I'm not throwing a lot of blame Alana's way, because like Hannibal is literally the master of manipulation, and he uses intimacy so well that like you can get lost in the sauce. So I'm not gonna be here and blame her for being stigmatized or whatever, but it's like, again, Freddie Lounge, man, her stocks is going up for me, man. Freddie Lounge stocks going up, because I think it's just like Jack. Season 1 Jack, I was like, F this guy, get out of here. But season 2 Jack, come on. Yes. Good job, Freddie. Keep asking the right questions. Just stay safe though, because messing with Hannibal, Alana, at least a little bit suspicious. A little bit. Oh? Where's this? Oh, the clinic, right? How is he connected with Hannibal?
So very nice to meet you. Thank you for accepting my invitation.
I'm prone to old world politeness. Would it seem rude to say no?
Since I'm paying for Margot's therapy, I thought I should, at the very least, meet her psychiatrist.
I enjoy putting a face to the name. You're swine, I accept you. Never seen pigs like these.
They're a special breed, product of many years, many litters.
What's your ground note?
We started with giant forest pigs, 6 teats, 38 chromosomes, a resourceful feeder, and an opportunistic omnivore.
Just like man.
You must know pigs as well as you know people.
I do know pigs.
Papa would have loved you. He could feel the face of a hog and tell by the bone structure its genetic makeup. Breeding was very important to my father. Margot really pissed him off with all her button stitching. No breeding there. You have a sister, Dr. Lector?
I had a sister.
Then you understand my need to protect Margot, mostly from herself. She's pathological. I'm sure she's told you horrible things that I've done.
I can't tell you what Margot's confessed to me. Fortunately for you, I can't tell anyone.
Got me.
Even the worst of us need someone to talk to, Mason. Have you ever considered therapy for yourself?
Look at him fishing.
Maybe I should. Can I have Carlos slaughter you a hog? A token of my appreciation for all that you do for Margot.
Please.
He's gonna...
But I must insist on selecting my own pig. Always do.
Nah, he's gonna feed you to them pigs, boy.
Brined and roasted, whole suckling pig.
We'll give her that look like, I know both of y'all are...
A gift from a friend.
Friend of yours, not a friend of the pigs.
There are those who raise livestock and have a genuine affection for them. The farmer who hand-rears lambs loves them and sends them to slaughter.
They love and kill what they love.
And eat what they love. It's a paradox.
Freddie Lowndes thinks the two of you are a paradox.
Uh-oh.
She sees something no one else sees.
What's that?
That neither of you is the killer she's writing about, but together you might be.
Freddie Lowndes must consider you a bland interview subject if she's already resorted to fiction.
She won't be fenced in by something as malleable as the truth. Freddie has no boundaries.
Someone with no boundaries is a psychopath or a journalist.
Freddie isn't the only one without boundaries.
So much going on here.
Your relationship doesn't seem to know many. Patient and therapist, friend and enemy.
Crossing boundaries is different than violating them.
Wow.
Boundaries will always be subject to negotiation. It's just hard to know where you are with each other.
We know where we are with each other. Shouldn't that be enough?
This is so good.
To the devil you know.
This is so good. Oh, God. So many different elements to that whole conversation, and we could be here all day. But I'm just going to focus on the most minor one. It's almost like in that moment, it's almost like Alana knows that the relationship these two men have is way beyond what she and Hannibal has. I love that every single statement they make has so many different meanings. And based on their point of view, it means something different. And I think that last sentence Will said, like jumped in there to answer the question that Alana asked. I think it's just him trying to like not get Hannibal suspicious or riled up. It's like, we know what we are to each other. Like, that should be enough. The awkward silence, the stares, all beautiful.
Better the devil you know.
This love triangle is not your average love triangle. It's too deep. Oh, is he at Freddie's? Whose room was that? He had his old Hannibal suit on. Is that Freddie's motel? Yeah, it's a wrap. If that is Freddie's place, seems like Freddie. If she came to see Will, that's literally the only thing that saved her life. What's going on here? Okay, private investigator. This just reminds me of when Beverly went to Hannibal's crib. Wow, Will did that in his own place. Yeah, this just confirms that Freddie's dead. Because there's no way Hannibal will let this info get out. But Freddie, why haven't you called the cops by now? Holy.
There really is a very good explanation for all this.
I don't want to hear it.
Not just a little bit curious?
Wow.
Get away from the door.
Can't let you go, Freddie, until you've heard what I have to say. I know you're scared. You only have to be scared a moment longer. Give me the gun.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Freddie did what? Shoot this. People will be there doing freaking monologues when their life is in danger. Shoot this, man. Wow. So I was keeping doubts that like I mean, Will did say he was the one that slaughtered like Randall and displayed him. But I was keeping hope that, man, was it Hannibal? Nah, he did it in his own barn. He did it, or shack, or whatever it is. And the way the scene just played exactly how Beverly played, Jesus. Yeah, ain't no coming back from this from Will, man. Let's hear his explanation, but is there really any coming back from this? Is Hannibal there? Wow. Unbelievable.
Freddie Lounge left me that message 3 hours ago. Her cell signal is dead now. Last call was traced to the nearest phone tower in Wolf Trap, Virginia.
Your crib.
We have her on security cameras at a gas station filling up her car. 6 miles from your farm.
Mm-hmm.
Freddie was supposed to interview me. She never showed up.
Why are you granting interviews to Freddie Lounge?
I owed her one.
Surely Freddie Lounge has more enemies than Will.
Not in Wolf Trap, Virginia.
I'm saying.
I live in the middle of nowhere, Jack. If someone wanted to take her, it's not a bad place to do it.
Alana, say something. Because Freddie warned you about these two. Damn. Will. I want to say Will is no better than Hannibal, but yes, he is. Significantly better. Significantly better than Hannibal. I'm so interested to see where all this goes.
I provide the ingredients. You tell me what we should do with them.
What's the meat?
Christ. Freddie?
Veal? Pork wraps.
She was a slim and delicate pig.
I'll make you lomo saltado. We'll make it together. You slice the ginger.
Wow. Apprenticed. I don't think he killed Freddie. And yes, I might be in denial. If that is Freddie, then this answers my question from the beginning of the episode. How far is Will willing to go? Hannibal must be so happy right now.
The meat has an interesting flavor. It's bracing, notes of citrus.
My palate isn't as refined as yours.
Apart from humane considerations, it's more flavorful for animals to be stress-free prior to slaughter. This animal tastes frightened.
What does frightened taste like?
It's acidic.
The meat is bitter about being dead.
I think he's faking.
This meat is not pork.
It's long pig.
Christ. First off, I don't think that's Freddie. That may be bits of Randall.
You can't reduce me to a set of influences. I'm not the product of anything. I've given up good and evil for behaviorism.
Then you can't say that I'm evil.
You're destructive. Same thing.
Evil is just destructive. Storms are evil, if it's that simple. And we have fire, and then there's hail. Underwriters lump it all under acts of God. Is this meal an act of God? Well,
in that case, Will is gone, right? No? It gotta be, man. Cause if Will is so deep in his bag of being a good fisherman and being a good hunter and making the perfect bait for Hannibal to get close to him, I guess my confusion at this point is because he's doing that very well, where even I, the viewer, can't tell if that is still the Willie Graham we know and love, or if he's on the other side. Did he get lost in the sauce? Obviously, y'all watching, you know it, so I'm just speaking from what I'm seeing. Cause wow, like, it is done. Cause how do you come back from this? Like, I don't think Freddie's dead, and I don't think they're eating Freddie, but if they are, then that changes everything. Because he did say he want to explain something to Freddie. But because it got to be a good explanation for why I saw a man's jaw in your fridge and why you kidnapped me. It got to be a good explanation. All right, we'll see in the next one.
A few moments later.
And this is me just like keeping faith that Will has a plan. Because Freddie can play ball, you know? But again, that explanation has to be really good, right? So this is just me hoping. And please, more than any other episodes, be careful in the comments. Because this is one of those delicate things going on with Will that like even the slightest hint of what is gonna happen will say a lot, you know? So just be careful in the comments. If you can't help it, just skip this one. Comment on the next episode. You know what I'm saying? Because what's going on with Will right now is very delicate. Like, is he being such a good lord that he's going to the extreme to appease to Hannibal? If so, Hannibal clearly know the taste of pork versus the taste of human, right? So like he told Will, hey, this is not pork, you know? So how far has Will gone, you know? And the other side is like, has Will just gotten totally lost in the sauce? So yeah, let's check out episode 11.
Was Will aware of your intention to get pregnant?
I'm all you have.
Was Will aware of your intention to get pregnant? Did we hear anything like that last episode? Am I tripping? What's going on here?
Freddie was investigating a story about Will and Hannibal committing murders together.
Ain't no way, right? I'm scared. Uh-oh. The birth of a new one. What if Hannibal knows? What if he's aware that Will is playing him? Then it will all be for nothing.
Among gourmands, the Ottolan bunting is considered a rare but debauched delicacy. A rite of passage, if you will. Preparation calls for the songbird to be drowned alive in ammoniac. It is then roasted and consumed whole in a single mouthful.
Wow, the whole bird.
Ortolans are endangered.
Who amongst us is not?
He don't give a damn.
Traditionally, during this meal, we are to place shrouds over our heads, hiding our faces from God. I don't hide from God.
Bones and all?
Bones and all.
Or that Malduro. Bones, beak, and all. Endangered species.
After my first Ottolan, I was euphoric. A stimulating reminder of our power over life and death.
I was euphoric when I killed Freddie Lowndes.
Tell me, did your heart race when you murdered her?
No, it didn't.
A low heart rate is a true indicator of one's capacity for violence. Your design is evolving. Your choices affect the physical structures of your brain.
Killing is changing the way I think.
Yes.
So in Hannibal's mind, this was the end goal all along, right? Because I'm being in serious denial that like Will is not here where Hannibal thinks he is. But yeah, his whole thing about the caterpillar and the cocoon and beyond anything he could ever imagine is like this is, and to just keep nurturing. Will is his magnum opus.
You must understand that blood and breath are only elements undergoing change to fuel your radiance.
What?
Just as the source of light is burning.
Fledgling. Oh, yep. Yep, just that split seconds of Will looking at him intensely. I'm like, yep, Will Graham is there. Will Graham is there. Check it out in case y'all missed it because I was yapping. He was doing the fake smile and then boom. Will Graham is there. Will Graham is there. What are we gonna see today? So Ghost Rider up in here. I can't say that's the worst thing we've seen. Jeez. Who be that?
It's Freddie Lowndes. A little bit of kerosene, boom, incendiary journalism.
See, no scabrous crust on her chin. She was dead before the match was struck. Blood's already pooled to the lowest parts of her body. She's been dead at least 24 hours.
Freddie had a longing to be noticed.
Huh?
Freddie Lowndes' ultimate failing was her inability to keep herself out of her own stories.
Well, there's more to this story. Check it out.
Really burnt bodies tend to split along lines of musculature, but that looks like an incision.
That's right. He cut out her psoas muscles with what looks like a hunting knife.
A peculiar trophy.
Huh.
why did he burn her?
Many people as Freddie Lounge burned in her career.
Whoever did this was not striking out against Miss Lounge's exploitative brand of journalism. This is something else. This is something sacred.
Freddie Lounge had to burn. She was fuel. Fire destroys and it creates. It is mythical. She won't rise from the ashes, but her killer will.
Boy, you sound like Hannibal.
He's the one to be noticed now.
Woo! Is that really Freddie?
There's no baby. It isn't even an embryo yet. But here I am, feeling maternal.
You conspired with your unborn child to liberate yourself. You've made Will an unknowing accomplice.
I got what I wanted from Will.
Oh, she wanted Will's baby. That's why they slept together. But last episode, we didn't hear anything about a baby. Am I tripping? Like, we didn't hear anything about that. But then at the start of this episode, they're like, previous episodes, something about Will or where she wanted a baby. Did I miss that?
But I didn't understand what I was taking until the strip turned blue.
He's right there.
You said...
I lied.
Psst, get it over with.
Did you know?
I was aware of Margot's goal of having a child. I was not aware you were the means to achieving it.
This is episode 11, right?
What do you want from me?
Nothing, or as much as you'd like to give.
As much as I would like to give.
I always thought men were an optional extra in child rearing, so I'm not opposed to a male influence. As long as it's not my brother. He's not good with children.
Interesting tobacco.
What's your name?
Franklin.
Do you like horses, Franklin?
Uh-oh.
Whoa! Where do you stay?
The hell?
With Mama and Shirley.
Mama is not your real mama, is she?
She's my foster.
Do you love Mama and Shirley?
And Kitty Cat.
And Kitty Cat. Yes.
What are you on?
Franklin, you can't stay there anymore with Mama and Shirley and Kitty Cat. You have to go away.
Who says?
The government says Mama lost her job and her approval as a foster home. You can't see her after this week. You can't see Kitty Cat after this week either.
Why not?
Maybe they just don't want you anymore. Franklin.
What the hell?
Is there something wrong with you? There is, isn't there? Here we go.
What are you get?
Head back, just like that. Perfect. Yes, perfect.
That's the same thing he did with the sister.
Have a chocolate.
Yeah, feed him to those pigs. That gotta be how it ends for him, man. Literally drinking their tears. No way, Freddie? Alana came to visit.
Do we do friendly visits anymore?
For real.
This isn't a friendly visit.
What kind of visit is it?
I guess I'm trying to convince myself of something.
Oh?
You're worried I killed Freddie Lounge.
Did you?
What do you think?
I think that's the wrong answer to tell somebody who's already wondering what you're capable of.
Fair.
I told everyone Hannibal was a killer, and no one believed me. Just like no one would believe you if you said I was a killer.
I don't think Hannibal is good for you, and I think your relationship is destructive.
Hannibal's good enough for you. You should be afraid. I want you to have something.
Wow.
Whoever you are afraid of, don't be afraid to use it. It takes 9mm rounds. Buy a box. Find a range. Practice.
She's afraid of the wrong person.
Please. I would like to tell you about camp. It was a wonderful childhood experience.
Hannibal's gonna kill him. Hannibal's gonna kill him. We know how this boy is with people who are rude and people who don't just have common respect. Y'all saw how he was with Franklin, right? When Franklin like put his snot rag on his chair, he's like, I'm gonna kill you for that. See that look he gave him? Boy, you're done.
Papa paid for the whole thing every summer. All 125 campers on Lake Michigan.
Your father was a generous man.
I've continued his charitable work. Today, most of the campers are unfortunates who will do anything for a candy bar. Maybe I took advantage. Maybe I was rough with them. I'm not holding anything back. It's all okay. I got a walk on the charges.
What was your penance?
I got 500 hours of community service. I worked at the dog pound, and I received some court-ordered therapy.
Was therapy helpful?
I got the doctor involved in something unethical, so he cut me some slack.
That's not helpful.
Papa called it altruistic punishment.
Mason, please.
Oh.
Irritating him.
Papa was a prodigy in the field of meat, but his real genius was for human nature. He could look at a man and see his weakness.
The father is dead. A boy's illusions are no basis for a man's life, Mason. Margot's the only family you have left.
Wow.
My sister loves me, Dr. Lector. She has to, or she's destitute.
Vergers are noted expansionists.
And I am the sole verger heir.
Unless biology provides another.
Where's that knife, my boy?
My head with oil.
Freddie's burial?
I'm here to mourn Freddie Lowndes. Can't imagine that's why you're here.
There's all sorts of reasons why I'd go to Freddie Lowndes' funeral. It's common for a killer to revisit their victims after death, attend funerals, return to crime scenes.
Anyone suspicious?
Besides me,
That was implied.
you were expecting me.
It's common for a killer to revisit their victims after death.
I'm not here to dance on Freddie Lowndes' grave, if that's what you're getting at.
You're not here looking for her killer either. You don't seem particularly interested in the crowd.
Are you profiling me, Dr. Bloom?
Man.
I'm here because my psychiatrist suggested it would be therapeutic.
It's so sad to see where their relationship has brought them. Again, a lot of this show would be somewhat all right if Hannibal wasn't in the picture at all. I'm talking about their like relationships with each other. If Hannibal wasn't in the picture. But yeah, it's just sad to see like they're such a far cry from what they were earlier in season 1.
I've been so preoccupied with taking a life, I'm having trouble wrapping my head around making one.
When men become fathers, they undergo biochemical changes that affect the way they think.
You said the same thing happens when men become killers.
Fathers can be killers. What sort of father would you be?
Man.
I'd be a good father.
How quickly we form attachments to something that does not yet exist.
No, I'm not attached. I'm only anticipating attachment.
We have a deep-seated need to interact with our children. It helps us discover who we are.
Have you ever been a father?
I was to my sister. She was not my child, but she was my charge. She taught me so much about myself. Her name was Misha.
Did you eat her?
Was.
She's dead. Abigail reminded me so much of her.
Why did you kill her?
What happened to Abigail had to happen. There was no other way.
There was. But there isn't now.
Interesting that this is the first time they're talking about it.
Protect this child the way you couldn't protect Abigail.
Still dream about Abigail. Dream that I'm teaching her how to fish.
Sorry, I took that from you. Wish I could give it back.
So do I.
Weirdly enough, I feel like that just confirmed to me that Abigail is actually dead. Because for me, after we saw Marion back from the dead, I was like, there's a possibility this man is still keeping Abigail. Well, now she has no ears because apparently Will ate one and the second one was sent to the FBI. But I was like, man, there's a chance she's still alive somewhere. But the reason why I said this just confirms it because like in moments like this, Hannibal is probably not lying. Especially in moments like this when he feels so closely to Will. And that's assuming that he's not onto Will's plan. But like them talking about Abigail now and apologizing to each other. Obviously callbacks to Interview with the Vampire and everything there, but...
Sorry, I took that from you.
Like that felt very genuine to me.
Occasionally, I drop a teacup to shatter on the floor. On purpose. I'm not satisfied when it doesn't gather itself up again. Someday, perhaps, a cup will come together.
What the...
Extra parts were harvested on site. Just one night in the ground. That beats Jesus by 48 hours. Never thought Freddie Lounds would make it to heaven, much less get deified.
So that's dead-ass Freddie's body. I don't even know what to think. Because if that's not Freddie, then will have to be in cahoots with the forensic people and all that. That was Freddie's body? What? I need answers, man. My brain is...
This killer's trying to get somebody's attention.
He has direction. His chaos is getting more orderly.
So first he burns effigies and now he's assembling them.
Burning Freddie Lounds wasn't his first effigy. Whoever killed Freddie killed Randall Tier, mutilated him, dismembered him, and put him on display.
Randall Tier and Freddie Lounds have a connection.
Well, Randall Tier was his suspect and Hannibal's patient, and Freddie Lounds was investigating his murder when she died.
Freddie Lounds was investigating a lot of things when she died.
This psychopath was incubating fantasies about killing and is building himself up.
Wow.
Or someone's building him up.
He has a benefactor who admires his destruction. Shiva is both destroyer and benefactor.
He's being guided.
By your boyfriend.
This is some kind of signpost.
Maybe Freddie's killer didn't do this. Maybe his benefactor did.
Why?
It's a courtship.
It's a courtship.
Good morning.
Oh, brother.
Writing agrees with you. Puts color in your cheeks. You've got a bloom. Really.
It's chilly.
You're frequently chilly, Margot. I was lying in bed, composing in my mind like the deaf Beethoven, and it occurred to me that for a family who owns breeding stock, we don't do much of it ourselves. I'm concerned about the next generation of vergers. Aren't you?
I'm just trying to survive this generation.
Yeah. Meat is, at base, a people business. Nobody understood that better than Papa, except now for me, of course. Papa would take me out of school for weeks at a time while he conducted my real education in livestock, slaughterhouses.
Oh, brother.
I need to share this wealth with a little verger.
A little verger.
Don't you want an heir, Margot? I want a baby verger.
Make one yourself.
My own baby. I have viable sperm. I think I'd have a son. It'd be your heir, too. Auntie Margot.
What are you implying?
I think a child. It may be what we need to bring us closer together.
Maybe it is.
I've said it before. You've got to bloom. Rosy. Positively radiant. What is your secret?
God. No wonder she tried to off him before.
Every creative act has its destructive consequence, Will. The Hindu god Shiva is simultaneous destroyer and creator. Who you were yesterday is laid waste to give rise to who you are today.
How many lives have had to be sanctified? How many consciences devastated?
As many as were necessary.
You sacrificed Abigail. You cared about her as much as I did.
Maybe more. How much has God sacrificed?
God.
What God do you pray to?
I don't pray. I've not been bothered by any considerations of deity, other than to recognize how my own modest actions pale beside those of God.
I prayed.
This dude.
I would see Abigail again.
Your prayer did not go entirely unanswered. You saw part of her. Should the universe contract, should time reverse and teacups come together, a place could be made for Abigail in your world.
What place would that be?
You've lost a child, Will. It seems you're likely to gain one. God is beyond measure in wanton malice and matchless in his irony.
The way he uses acts of God as justification to do whatever he feels like, because whatever he does pales in comparison to what God does, destruction and all. So interesting that he keeps bringing that up over and over again. What are they looking at? Oof.
I remember walking the swine fairs with my father, looking over the competition. Papa's little silver knife, ever ready to slip out of his waistcoat and stick into the back of a pig to check the depth of fat.
Christ.
Your education was an odd one.
Oh, those were good, funny times. Papa would stab 4-H show pigs. We thought everyone was their friend. Scrubbed in milk and baby powder. Such coddled little things.
And you found that fun?
Part of a show pig's consideration is its happiness.
If we were truly considerate of a pig's happiness, we wouldn't eat them.
What about Margot's happiness?
Papa taught me how to stick the knife in only as deep as necessary to test the thickness of her skin.
Your papa you up.
Margot would love to stick a knife into me, and it wouldn't be to test the thickness of my skin.
She tried to kill you once already.
To a male heir, confirmed as my descendant. It's a very clever loophole she's found in Papa's will. Clearly, he did not take into account how resourceful she is.
Neither did you.
If she's not pregnant, she will be. Margot's very tenacious that way.
This child would be a virgin. You would have an heir to carry on the family name, to carry on your name.
I'd have an heir only if I die.
You gonna live forever?
What's on your mind?
I'm feeling pressure to believe something I don't trust, and that pressure is making me paranoid.
Who's pressuring you?
Will.
Talk to me.
We'll never really be alone, will we? You'll always be in the room.
This guy's good.
Do you feel like you're helping him, making progress?
Will is finally finding himself. He's getting better.
Doesn't seem to be getting better.
Are you questioning my therapy?
Questioning everything. It's all blurry, subjective. I feel empty.
This dude needs to be studied, man. I don't have all the words, but every single response he gives her is either like deflecting or in one way or the other suggesting she should back off or some kind of guilt. Because her bringing up Will and him playing the "we'll never really be alone, won't we" card is like so classic. Like, answer the question she's asking. So what, should she feel guilty for bringing up Will in you guys' time? But like every response, he is like, this guy is good.
Like I've given blood.
You've given more than blood.
More intimacy and more manipulation coming. Is he smelling her? The gunpowder. This dude. He's good.
Have you been firing a gun?
I told you I was feeling paranoid.
Oh, this guy. Who's this? Oh, the sister? He's not gonna let her leave, is he? What the hell? Is that the slaughter guy? Let me guess, she lost the baby? It's him!
Poor Margot. You just can't win.
I have an idea what he's trying to do.
I have to remove this temptation.
Of course.
They're going to find something wrong with your lady parts, Margot. Or so the record will state. The doctor will advise me that it's best if they take...
Of course.
I'm afraid the only person you'll be celebrating Mother's Day with is me.
Oh, he needs to go, man. He needs to go. Oh my God. This is really happening.
The most terrifying thing in the world can be a lucid moment.
Visitor?
What are you up to?
I'm not sure I know what you're talking about, Dr. Bloom.
What's going on?
I think you know. You're not fooling me, Jack.
I'm not trying to fool you.
You're lying. You're all lying.
About?
Will, Hannibal, you're lying to each other and they're lying to you.
Tell me what you believe is happening.
What do I believe? What do you believe? Do you believe Will killed Freddie Lowndes?
No, I don't.
Do you think Dr. Chilton's the Chesapeake Ripper?
There was overwhelming...
Stop lying, Jack!
I like this convo.
What's changed, Alana?
What's
I have
changed?
no confidence that I know Hannibal Lector anymore.
Thank you.
And even with as much as you know or think you know Hannibal, you don't know him either. And you don't know Will. You are going to lose, Jack. You haven't lost already.
Good. I love this.
I want you to come with me.
If we see Freddie... That's what the I'm talking about, man.
How was my funeral?
That's what the I'm talking about. Talk to me. That's what the I'm talking about, man. Including Jack. Yes, bro, because I'm like, how are the forensic people like, Will have to have brought them into his plan? Talk to me, man. Come on. Including Jack Crawford, bro. Oh, they're slow roasting this. They're slow roasting Hannibal. Ooh! Talk to me. Of course, Alana busts into tears because, yes, now she knows Will didn't do that. So now everything Will's been telling her about Hannibal is like, okay, this man, a lot of all my suspicions were, oh, see, come on, man. Of course, Freddie Lounge is going to play ball. Of course, she's going to play ball. Talk to me. I'm like, it better be Freddie we're seeing. Like, it has to be Freddie Lounge. Yeah. God. Oh, you know they're about to go wreck. Hannibal is like, are you ready? Yes. Give him to the pigs. Please.
Carlo.
Oh, Carlo's coming, all right.
You must be the baby daddy.
Oh, you have no idea.
Excuse me if I don't offer you a cigar.
Oh, he a psycho like that.
I'm gonna feed you to my pigs. Carlo!
You think it was Margot's idea to have an heir? You think it was your idea to take it from her? My idea to come here and kill you? The only thing you, your sister, and I have in common is the same psychiatrist.
Damn.
If Dr. Lecter had his druthers, you'd be wrapped around a bullet right now. Dr. Lecter's the one you want to be feeding to your pigs.
Look at Will using him as ammunition. Freddie Lounge, bro. If you told me that I'll be this hyped to see Freddie, I'll check your pulse and make sure you're okay. Cause damn, like, whoo! I had my doubts. But god damn it, the fact that I'm still holding hope that Abigail is somehow alive held a little bit of hope that my boy Will. And Jack Crawford was in on it too. Oh, but Will did eat human flesh though, because the meat he brought over pretending to be Freddie, except she donated, like, you know, nah. It was probably some remnants from Rufus or whatever his name is. Lord. Yeah. Next Hannibal session can't come quick enough. Thank you all for watching. Peace.
A few moments later.
The hype from last episode is still very much alive. The fact that Freddie is still in the land of the living is just brilliant. Like, just brilliant. Jack Crawford, Will Graham, ladies and gentlemen, amazing. Someone said in the comments how the last few episodes was so focused on Hannibal and Will's dynamic that you almost forget where Jack's mind was at, you know what I'm saying? And now when the focus comes back to Jack, it's just as good, you know, like we forget where his brain was, and I love that so much. It's just what you get when a writer or the writers are so competent that every single character, even characters introduced just in one episode, are so fleshed out that you just get lost in them and almost forget about a different side of the whole ecosystem of the show, you know, until they have the spotlight again and you're like, oh, this other good stuff. It's not like when we're watching one character or when it's focused on one character, we're just bored and waiting for the interesting ones to come. Man, Freddie, I told y'all last episode, Freddie's stocks very high. Because Freddie, yes, she is able to play ball. I love it. Let's check out the next episode and the finale today. Hopefully, like, Hannibal remains amazing into the third and final season. Yeah, we're getting closer and closer. Thank you, my friends. Let's enjoy the show.
I'm a good fisherman, Jack.
I'll land.
I'll land him.
You must be the baby daddy.
Dr. Lecter's the one you want to be feeding to your pigs. Posit my intentions.
I have an understanding of your state of mind. You understand mine.
Interesting.
This gives you the capacity to deceive me. You put the snare around my neck. Did you tell Mason Virtue I want to kill him?
I was curious what would happen.
Woo! Hey, 1 minute in, man. I was curious what would happen. That's Hannibal's whole shit. Curiosity. Dog. Can you guys believe I was actually scared for real last couple of episodes that like he's so lost in the sauce. But this man, I mean, he's darn near on the edge right now. Don't get me wrong, but Will Graham, you know those images in memes where they draw a horse to differentiate the quality of different seasons? Like maybe the first one, if it's a bad season, would have like I'll just put a picture to explain what I'm saying. But it's like, if it's a bad first season, the first part of the horse will be like a child's drawing. And if the second season is good, it's like a more realistic shading of a horse. And if the third season is amazing, then it's like a freaking golden unicorn or something to just indicate the progression. So Will Graham in season 1 it's a fairly realistic like drawn horse with maybe like a wheelchair or something to indicate a significant like mental handicap. Will in this season, ooh, flaming unicorn.
I was curious what would happen. Giving you a little nudge.
Mason is discourteous, unspeakably ugly to me.
Of course.
Free range rude.
He may be intending to kill me during our next session.
Then you'll have to kill him first.
Won't be the first time.
Imagine what you would like to happen.
Oh. So does Hannibal do this every time? Oh boy. Drop it low. The eye contact. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still a little worried. That back in Nigeria when I was younger, I think I was 16 or 17, I tried to go to a club, and back home it's not like here where you show an ID. They just like let you in off like vibes, like how you look, how you carry yourself, how you're dressed. So I went there alone, and I mean, I was tall, I had a beard, not like this, but I tried to get in like multiple times throughout the whole night. The bouncer would not just let me in. I thought I was dressed fairly all right, but I think he could just sense it, that I was pretty green. And then I noticed that a lot of guys entering the club were smoking. I don't know if I've ever shared this. They had cigarettes in their mouths. So I just looked. I saw a little kiosk. I'm like, I just went and I bought like a stick of cigarette. Because like back home, you can just buy like a stick. You don't have to buy the full pack. Never smoked in my life. I don't smoke anything at all, even till this day. But I'm like, let me try to be like this guy smoking and the bouncer is letting them in. Stupid. So I bought that cigarette and I bought a lighter and I lit it and just put it in my mouth. Try to go into the door like confident, just bouncing. Like they still didn't let me in. They pushed me away. And obviously I disposed of it and all that. The reason why I told this story is like, what if I actually liked how that cigarette like felt? in my hand and the smell of it, and I just went on my life, continued smoking just because I was trying to get something through the appearance of being a smoker. I thought of that story because I thought of Will. I'm like, Will is becoming the most perfect bait in existence for Hannibal. But through some of the processes Hannibal is sharing with him, what if that whole shit gets a little too enticing for Will and he can't pull himself out? You know, because when he told Will, like, imagine what you want to see, and Will imagined it and smiled. I know Will was probably faking that smile just to like be a good catch for Hannibal. But it's like, what if some of those processes that Hannibal does that make him enjoy what he does rubs up on Will and Will actually enjoys it? Kind of like what I was saying about my story, my stupid story. Like, what if the first time I tried to smoke, I didn't inhale or anything, but what if I just enjoyed it, you know, and I never stopped smoking? Which is funny because I can't stand the smell of cigarettes. Is nasty, but like weed, it makes my stomach turn. I get stomach upset. But yeah, that's why I shared that story. Like, that's why I say I'm a little worried about Will. Like, what if he gets actually lost in the sauce a little bit? Not even lost in the sauce. What if it entices him too much?
When you were subverting the underprivileged children at your summer camp, what did you learn?
Oh.
I learned about suffering.
Wow. The amount of seconds Mads looked at his feet on his table, it wasn't just a quick, like usual. Like, he spent like a good 4 or 5 seconds looking at that man's shoe on his table. Oh, he's gonna enjoy effing you up.
Not mine, mind you, but the general conceit. You say that as though the two are mutually exclusive. Can never say to a certainty. It is one of those things that pop.
Oh?
All sorts of things. This was his knife. I carry it around with me.
Whose fat are you planning to measure today, Mason? Mine?
No fat on you. I never blink.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
He's all I've got now. That's exactly what he wanted.
Show your brother how strong you are.
Take his wind chimes.
Vagaries.
I need more than vagaries. You have killed someone, Will.
Who was trying to kill me.
I don't know if I can prove that. You mutilated the body.
He knows everything.
A limb here, and the limb is going to break.
For real.
But I can manipulate Hannibal into killing him instead.
Oh.
What's Verger done?
Everything?
Hannibal considers him rude. I told you, Jack.
I'm a good fisherman.
When Hannibal tries to kill Mason Verger, I'll arrest him.
We might have 3.
Mm.
I'm a good fisherman too, Will.
Jack Crawford, man. Season 2 Jack Crawford, man. That's my guy. That's my guy. Why did you come back?
For visiting me in the hospital. And
Believing.
for what you said.
Are we gonna learn about her client?
Let's talk about Hannibal Lector.
How deadly that can be for the patient who believes them. I told myself that.
Wow.
What he did to you made that abundantly clear.
Did your patient die?
He did something similar to you.
I killed him.
Jesu Christi.
I believed it was self-defense. Hannibal influenced me to murder my patient. Our patient. What Hannibal does is not coercion. It is persuasion.
Exactly, persuasion. He's the best at it.
Hannibal can get lost.
That
will be how he will get caught.
So in layman terms, he will get caught in his own overconfidence. He will get caught in in self-congratulation.
Waking up to who you are, that's all you need to understand.
Okay, coach.
Codependency.
Is that what I'm doing?
Isn't that what you did to Abigail?
So interesting.
Life so she'd owe you hers.
I only want what's best for you.
Which is me.
Every moment.
You're applying yourself to my perspective, as I've been applying myself to yours.
We are just alike.
Best student. And isn't that like abuse 101? Like isolate the victim from all their like support system and loved ones and making you their only retreat. Yeah, we say it on this channel all the time. Anybody whoever tells you I'm the only one that can love you properly, run the away. Run the away, because yeah, freaking abuse like thrives in darkness. Like if there's no one around for you to like run to but just them. Nah, Will is too good at this. But again though, like it's hard for me not to keep the slight thought alive that Hannibal knows what's going on and knows what Will is up to and just going with the flow. And that scares me because throughout season 2, the way sometimes I'm just getting on Jack's ass like, yo bro, like something, suspect something else. Like when Will was in captivity, I'm talking about like suspect something else. But it's like this whole time Jack's mind was there. You know, so something similar here is like, I'm sure Hannibal's mind is there, but he's like, let me let this Will guy cook, you know? Let me let this guy cook even though I know. But then again, that might be what defeats him, because even though he knows that Will is being a very good bait, maybe his overconfidence in him being able to be one step ahead might be his fall as well. Regardless of what path the story take, I'm going to be here eating it up.
How do you think the FBI could have protected me?
For real.
Will Graham.
For real.
Nothing makes us more vulnerable than loneliness, Agent Kroll. Hannibal's only crime I witnessed was influence. If you think you're about to catch Hannibal, that's because he wants you to think that. Fool yourself into thinking he's not in control of what's happening.
You feel me? You feel me? Where's Alana, by the way? After that reveal from last episode.
I am convinced of my general lack of trust in other people.
Trust in other people increases the need for religion.
And yet in this moment, I don't know who's pursuing whom any more than these fish do.
I intend to eat them.
This man. There's no way he doesn't know. There's no way he doesn't know. There's no way he doesn't know. This bitch said I intend to eat them. Oh. How can every conversation be so layered? Every conversation has like multiple meanings. Anytime that they're at the dinner table, you know you're about to get like a kick-ass conversation. Like how many writers were on this show? Like, goddamn, one person can only do so much.
I intend to eat them.
Plus, he's not serving Jack meat anymore. So there gotta be something there where it's like, at least Hannibal knows that Jack is suspicious, hence not going to eat meat at his house. You know what I'm saying? Uh-oh. It's the devil. Yep, the very one. Come to my house and f***ing search me? Get the f*** out of here.
Buongiorno, dottore.
Oh?
Buongiorno. The Verge wants your company. Preferirei di no.
Oh! God damn it. Or he knew the right place to stab. Oh! But Will doesn't want Hannibal dead, right? He wants him caught.
A wealthy Italian will tell you it's better to fall into the hands of the Sards. It is personal now. Take it Matteo didn't make it.
Wow.
He killed Matteo.
Matteo's family, Doctoroni's cojones.
Wow.
You are an odd psychiatrist.
What is gonna happen here?
Now it's time for you to put him down.
Exactly what he dreamed of.
Carlo!
Round 2? Is this round 2? Hannibal, did you win round 2? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What did he give him? Drugs?
Have you given me?
A variety of psychedelic compounds. Psychedelic. Patients rhapsodize about the life-changing insights they achieve.
Huh.
Show me how Pablo would check the depth of a pig's fat on you.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Winston. Where's everyone else?
Oh no. Not his dogs, man. What are those sounds?
I just love shit.
Is he feeding them himself?
One of them died hungry.
What are you feeding my dogs?
His face.
Just me.
Madame Mercy.
There's no mercy.
Mm-mm.
I'm hungry.
Eat your nose then.
Eat my...
He's your patient, Doctor. You do what you think is best for him.
Are you gonna arrest him now?
What a magnificent creature. I don't want to take up too much of your time, Mr. Verger, but I would like to ask you just a few questions about what happened to you.
Took a tumble in the pig pen.
Verger, you are a patient of Dr. Hannibal Lector, is that right? Do you find that Dr. Lecter's therapy has been helpful to you?
I will always be grateful for how he's helped me.
So what did Hannibal do to his brain the same thing he did to Miriam? Like plant suggestions of what she should do at like certain moments? The reason why I'm asking is like, why is he not like vicious towards Hannibal for what Hannibal did to him? Or is he even aware?
I only hope that I may repay him one day.
Boy, you deserved everything that came your way, man. I ain't gonna hold you.
Is it time to talk about what Margot wants?
Just as you took care of me.
Ooh!
Achilles wished all Greeks would die, so that he and Patroclus could conquer Troy alone. It took divine intervention to bring them down.
This isn't sustainable.
It's not. Let's go back to goes back to what Will said earlier, that like you're looking for, what was the term? Not companionship, where you rely on someone else. Can't find the word. I need a nap after this episode.
Let him see you with clear eyes.
Just like you.
Jack has become...
And now we beautifully transition into the ass whooping Jack was giving him in the first scene of episode 1. every single time that there's a character that I just despise because of how well they're, because of how good they're so bad in a show, and I want to see their downfall. Anytime their downfall actually come, I'm like, God, hold on now. This is crazy. Especially when, I mean, if it's just regular karma, like life getting to them, I'll be like, yeah, F that, like F you, like you deserve it. But, you know, seeing homie, like, giving his face to to dogs, and letting and eating his own nose, that was a little, you know what I'm saying? That was a little. I'm glad it was all shot in the dark, like he was under the shadow, because I love that Hannibal's psychiatrist came back, therapist came back, and she said exactly what I was feeling about, like, Hannibal might be aware of all this. The guy has shown to be too smart and too intelligent, and I need a nap. I just ordered some Nigerian food, I ate, took a shower, came and record. Didn't realize that food was going to sumo slam me. You know anything about solid Nigerian food, like you need a good sleep after, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna go take a nap and we'll come back and check out episode 13. Amazing, amazing, amazing. The only thing I'm thinking, that one more thing I have to say is I was confused when Mr. Two-Face, or No-Face in this case, was talking to Jack Crawford and didn't implicate Hannibal, or was like even a bit aggressive towards Hannibal. Is it because him reporting what was done to him will also be exposing that he was planning to kill them? That's why he just like shut up to the police about it? That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. But nap time. Y'all take care.